Today we're going to be sharpening my buddy's 55 Rancher. For some reason I thought this saw was a 288. I don't know anything about Husqvarna, but I do know about sharpening chain. So let's get to it. Now, I don't know anything about this chain. It looks fairly new. It looks like a steel chain, to be honest with you. It is. Here's my master link, so we're going to use that as our start stop. It's a brand new chain. I just want to shine the top of the rakers just a little bit, and then I'll work on sharpening the tooth itself. So we'll just run a little bit. I've taken my round file out. Sometimes on a brand new chain that hasn't been sharpened too much, it's hard to get that in there and lightly go over the drag or the raker. I don't want to take too much. You can't put it back on, so I'm just going real light, and I'm just shining it a little bit. That way I know I'm at the proper depth and the chain will really bite. If you take too much, it'll really bite. See, like that one's not even touching at all. So I'm just gonna kind of get all of these similar, and they're barely touching it, so that's good. For the brand new chain, you don't want to, I don't like to run them right out of the box. I like to sharpen them up. You do it however you want. A lot of people like the way they cut out of the box. I don't. I like them to be a little more aggressive. In some of these, I was only barely touching it. So we'll flip. This got an arrow on it. I don't know if you can see it, but we'll flip it around so we can get the other side. And I'm not gonna move the camera. It's the same thing. I'm just gonna lay it on the teeth, and it's barely touching it. Barely touching it. Barely touching it. Probably, I'd say, kind of unnecessary to do this step, but this will give you a visual. And I like to do this every, I don't know, third time or something. Oops, backwards. This vise is a little tall, got me goofy. See, it's barely touching it. There. We've made it all the way around. So now we'll remove the flat file and we'll put in our round file. And we've got our master link right here. And we'll line up, and I have my angle is 35 degrees on this tool, in which it lines up with the dummy line back here, but it lays on both teeth, and you just push through. Push through. Push through. Go to your next one. Push through. Sometimes I only do two. Like I said, I don't know what this chain's been doing, so I'm gonna get it good and sharp. Ooh. Getting a good point. Yeah. Now we'll switch, clean out your filings, put it in there, lock it in place. Line up your angle. All right, there we go. And that is how I do it. Me and the last person did not sharpen them the same. They focused more on the lower gullet part. But your top point is what cuts. And this lip that comes off of it, that's what cleans. So your point is what cuts. Your side edge is what cleans. And it works just like a chisel. You just each tooth chisels out a piece of wood. Chisels out a piece of wood. That's why you want them to kind of be the same. That way they're all working together and not one tooth working more than the other, one side more than the other, and then you'll cut crooked. That's why it's called semi-chisel and full chisel. Yeah, and tomorrow we'll cut some trees down with it. Be a boy.